Okay, good morning, good evening. Okay, I'll be taking you through measurement. And in this topic, we are going to look at area and volume of solids. So we are going to start with volume. And here we have a simple definition. What's volume? Okay, volume of a solid is the measurement of how much space an object takes up. It is measured by the number of unit cubes it takes to fill up the solid. That's for volume. Okay, we have different types of volume. We have a cube, we have a sphere, we have a cylinder, and we have a prism. So we shall start with a volume of a cylinder. Okay, and we know a cylinder is a three-dimensional solid consisting of two parallel circular sides, that's the base, joined by a curved surface. Okay, for the example here, we have a sample of a cylinder. A cylinder has a radius, that's R, and a height, which is abbreviated by H. So we are going to look at how to find the volume of a cylinder. So on how to find the volume of a cylinder, we find the area of its circular base, and then we multiply by its height. And you have a formula, that's volume of a cylinder is equals to by R square, which is the radius. We have the upper one and the downward, that's why it's square. Then we multiply by height. Let's look at the example. Find the volume of the cylinder shown round and round to the nearest cubic centimeter. So we have a cylinder there. We have a radius of 8 centimeters and a height of 15 centimeters. So, and we have been told that when finding the volume, we say by, which is 3.14, and then the radius, which is 8, we square it. Then we multiply by the height, which is 15. So we shall substitute by, we have 3.14 times the radius, which is 8, with square, that's 64 times the height, which is 15. So we'll have by times 64 times 15, which is 3016. So the volume of this cylinder is about 3016 cubic centimeter. Mainly, the volume of a cylinder, its units is always centimeter cubic. Yeah, that's how we find the volume of a cylinder. Okay, then we go to volume of a gun. In general, a gun is a pyramid with a circular cross-section. A right cone is a cone with its vertex above the center of the base. It is also called right circular cone. Okay, we have a diagram there. You can see the radius, and then we have the height. Then the slant height, that's the length. Okay, for this case, we will take the slant height to be the height, and the slanting to be the length, the radius. Then we have an example. Let's have an example of how to calculate the volume of a gun. And the formula of a gun, we say a third by r square, r cube height. And then you have the radius, which is the r, and then the head, which is the height. And then we have the L, which is the slant height of a cone, and H is the height of a cone. Well, let's say, for example, we are given R to be 2 centimeter and height to be 5 centimeter. So our solution will be as follows. Okay, as I have defined earlier, that the volume of a cone, use a formula which is a third by R square H, and units is always cubic. And you have been given our R to be 2 and height to be 5. So we shall say a third pi, which is 3.14 times r square, which is 4, which is 2 square, we got 4, times height, which is 5. And then that's that's a third times 3.14 times 20. Then we shall have 20.93 centimeter. Therefore, the volume of a gun is 20.93 cubic units. That's centimeter. That's the volume. Okay, we have also a volume of a square. Okay, a volume of a square, that's a square. Let's say, for example, we have a square, all sides are equal. So we have a length, volume of a cube, all sides are equal. So it means when we are given one side, let's say it's 5 centimeter. So we shall say 5 times 3 sides, which is length width and height. So we shall have 5 times 5 times 5, that's 125 centimeter cube. Then we have also a prism, and volume of a prism, we say the base area times height. From the diagram, we can see our base area, that's 20, and our height is 5. So we shall say 20 times 5, that's 100 centimeter cube. Okay, another volume, another object we can look at is a sphere. Okay, a sphere looks like a globe, right? It's somehow circular. Okay, and its formula is a formula for finding a volume of a sphere. That's a 4/3 by r cube. And we have our radius, that's 4.5. So we shall say 4/3 by r cube. Okay, and we have our pi, that's 3.14. We multiply by our radius, that's 4.5 cube. So we shall have when we multiply, we shall have 381.5 centimeter cube. That's how we find the volume of our cube over sphere. Let's look at how to find a volume of a prism. Okay, a prism is somehow like a polyhedron. And a prism always have a 1, 2, 3, 4, have a 5, is a 5-sided figure. And how you can find it, you shall say volume of a prism. Volume of a prism, you have base area times height. Yeah. We shall look at the example. Let's say our base area is 20 and our height is 5. That's 100 centimeters. Okay, up to that far, we can look at how to find area of solids. Let's start with the basic one. We shall start with a rectangle. So when finding an area of a rectangle, we just say length times width. And obviously, I know obviously all of you know what's length and what's width. As shown from the diagram above, we have our length, that's 5, and our width, that's 3. So when we find this area, we say that we just say 5 times 3, that's 15. Yeah, that's the area of a rectangle. We have also an area of a square. From that diagram, we are given that area of a square, we say a square, or side times height, that's height cube. Yeah. Then you have also an area of a triangle, and its formula is half base times height. And we have our base to be, okay, we use the diagrams above, which are indicated by the areas and the everything. Okay. So our base is 20, our height is 15. So we shall say half times our base, 20 times 15, which is 150 centimeter. That's how to find an area of a triangle. We also have how to find an area of a cycle. Okay. And it's easy. We just say by, and it's a whole cycle times the radius. So the formula is by r square. You have an example there, and I have always told you that pi is 3.14, and we have our radius to be 5. So we shall say 3.14 times 5 times 5. So that's 314 times 3.14 times 25. You have 78.5 centimeters square. You also have an area of a ellipse. Ellipse is, it looks like a quarter of a circle. An area of an ellipse, we just say pi times a times b, and a and b are the sides upwards. You have the upper side and the lower side. So a is it's like a radius of the long axis, and then b is like a radius of the short axis. So we shall say by 3.14 times 6 times 6 times 5, that's 75.36. Hope you are getting. Okay, after that, we shall also have the surface area. When we say surface area, this is the measure of area of all outward facing sides. We were just dealing with the, when we were dealing with the area, we were dealing with how many squares will fit into a shape. That's an area. So now we are looking at the surface area. That's the measure of the area of all outwards facing sides. We shall start with a cube. Surface area of a cube is, okay, a cube, we have 6 sides. Yeah, that's a cube. So it will be 6 times, that's 6. We have also a surface area of a prism. In a prism, surface area is 2 times the base area plus the lambda height. So you have, that's a lateral area of all sides is 60. So we shall say 2 times our base area 20 plus 60. That's 2 times 20, that's 40 plus 60, that's 100. We shall have 100 centimeter square. Okay, areas, either area or surface area, its units is always cubic centimeter. Cubic square, sorry, it's cubic square. Then when calculating volume, it's always cubic centimeter. Then we also have a surface area of a pyramid. Surface area of a pyramid is just a base area plus lateral area. And I have the lateral area are the all sides. So from the example here, you have a base area that's 16 plus lateral area that's 60. We have 76. Let's also look at the surface area of a sphere. And you have our surface area. See 4 times by times radius square. And you have our pi, always I have told you is 3.14 times the radius 5.5. That's 4.5. That's 20.25. So we shall say 4 times 3.14 times 20.5. We shall have 254.5 centimeter square. Then lastly, we shall have the surface area of a cylinder. Okay, when we talk about cylinder, we shall combine 2 parts. We shall have the surface area of the inner and the surface area of the outer. So the surface area of the outer, that's area of the outer, that's 2 pi r square. The inner, that's the inner. And then the outer, 2 pi r h. So we shall start with the outer, 2 pi, that's 3.14 times radius. We have a radius of 5 times height 10. We shall add the inner, 2 pi r square, that's 2 times pi 3.14 times radius 5 square, which is 25. So we shall have 471 centimeters square. Okay, up to that far, I think you have all understand. Okay, and today you are learning about measurement, a subtopic of area, how to find the area of solids. We have looked and volume. We have looked at pyramid, sphere, triangle, rectangle, square, and so forth. So I think, and I've told you always, units included in these when finding the area and volume are always liters, cubic centimeter, cubic meters, fluid ounce, gallons, and quarts. Okay. So up to that far, I think you have all understand. We can end our session. Be present.